Lace 'em up, let's start the show. We're digging in with Trip. 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 We're digging in with Trip today. Yeah.
I mean, with what the Hurricanes did, historic team success in the month of December, an 11-game winning streak that carried into the new year, a lot of tremendous candidates for the Dig In Player of the Month. I think we have to go with a guy that set the tone in the first game, December 1st in St. Louis. In his 501st game, Jordan Martinook had the big hat trick in the win over the Blues and went on to have a super month. He, Jordan Stahl, and Jesper Fast were as dominant of a two-way line as there was in the NHL in the 12th month of the calendar year, no doubt about it. What he's done this season to check the box of a very big hole with the vacated departure of Nino Niederreiter, a former Dig-In Player of the Month, at the end of the day, as Nino always likes to say. So Jordan Martinook, his second shovel, I believe, he earned it. His previous shovel came in the first round of the playoffs when he was a big part of eliminating the Nashville Predators. We're going to dig in with Jordan in just 1 second, thanks to the great people at Casual Elegance Designs. CasualEleganceDesignsNC.com. She hates the spotlight, but my dear friend Lori Moscato, huge Caniac. Well, I'm a living, breathing example of what Casual Elegance has done for me, the way that they have changed the face of my master bathroom. I practically would like to just live in that shower right now, of the fountain variety. Lori in Casual Elegance has talked me into a kitchen remodel this upcoming off-season, as well as Lori calls it, my archaic furniture, a swap. In terms of creating spaces that speak to you, nobody better than our longtime Canes Dig-In Player of the Month sponsor, Casual Elegance Designs. You can find them on all social media platforms. Without further ado, hey, by the way, as we set the tone in the new year, check out our Dig-In merch line. Thanks to my partner and producer, Adam Holtzman. That's his baby. digintrip.com for any of your merch needs. Let's check out what this shovel means, his second to number 48, Jordan Martinook. Well, one of the nice things about digging in is, I'm a professional on television. I can use nicknames, because last I checked, we're friends. Marty, baby, congratulations. You earned this. It's your second shovel. It'll be waiting for you when you get back to Raleigh. Congratulations. Initial thoughts with your Alberta toque.
I need a haircut. That's why I got the toque on. But no, it's next to, I think, the Art Ross. This would be the next best thing to win. I appreciate it. Some elite company have won it twice, and I'm glad to be a part of that. So, yeah, thank you.
Well, hey,
my guy.
Hey, well, the bottom line is you earned it. The way you set the tone in Game 501, first game of December in St. Louis. I think I want to go off book here, because, oh my gosh, you have had the last several seasons, every time you get going, worse luck on the planet. I hope you're not playing Mega Millions right now. And I just think you're finally healthy and you had a full off season of training. Maybe speak about the journey to truly getting healthy, because that's the biggest component.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if you want to say bad luck or just bad bounces, but I've never been one to make excuses on that. Last year or two, I haven't been as good as I need to be. And knowing that coming into this year, I made a big emphasis that I wanted to be better in all facets of the game, and I think that I've done that so far and want to continue to grow throughout the rest of this year. But yeah, it's been nice to have a little bit of success, have a little bit of some hockey where I feel at my best. So I've had injuries and stuff off the ice, and I feel like there's a lot of things. People just think of us as hockey players, but there's a lot of things that go on that can, I don't know, it's never supposed to impact your performance, but there's definitely things that can weigh on you, and not everybody knows what's going on with people. So when fans are criticizing, and hey, I've deserved some criticism over the past couple of years, but just I feel like the message is people are, sometimes there's more going on than people think.
That makes me think about, well, you're one of my close compadres, but you still overachieve with Courtney Martinook. And I remember Jack Drury's dad, Ted, when he was my college captain, he's playing in the NHL. Jack's mom, Liz, was a phenomenal athlete at Harvard. I remember he was playing for Calgary. I think he got traded to Hartford, and I talked to Liz, Jack's mom, and she said, we got traded. And I'm a hockey player at that point. I'm like, we? And she was an unbelievable athlete. It's every bit of we. Yeah. Can you maybe expound upon the we?
Yeah, it's she. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this. That's for sure. I wouldn't have a family. I'm forever grateful for her to be able to. When I'm gone this year, especially, we've been gone a lot, and she's held the fort down. Obviously, there's been some calls late night with tears, and is what it is. But for the most part, she's got our house dialed in, and I don't know. I can't say enough good things about her, and she's my best friend and somebody I look forward to hanging out with every day. And I feel like once you find somebody that you want to spend 100% of your time with, that's the right person, and I'm lucky I found that person.
How'd you meet her, and were you wearing that hat?
I wasn't wearing this hat. I met her at a New Year's Eve party, and she got me super drunk.
No way.
Yeah.
It was always the other way around.
Yeah, no. Well, she got
retired.
It was. I don't think it was her. It wasn't. She was getting me drunk to have fun with me. She was getting me drunk because she felt bad about herself. She had a rough night on that New Year's. And I was a little puppy dog trying to make her feel better about herself, but had a little too much to drink and made a fool of myself.
Well, you have just changed my complete perspective of New Year's Eve, because I've always thought it's amateur night. I mean,
well, it was amateur night that night for me.
Well, thank God you got it. Head and Shoulders was wrong. It sounds like you got a second chance to make a first impression.
Exactly.
The off season, aside from being healthy, I mean, you have been rolling, and consistently so. Did you do anything different?
I went I've been doing kind of remote training. 2 years before, I was with a trainer, but he would just send me programs and I would do them, and they were good, but it was I kind of missed the having somebody there pushing you and being with a group. So this year I was with more of a group of guys, and I still was sort of on my own, but had the trainer kind of giving it to me. And there's definitely days where he'd be like, hey, you're on the bike today, and I'd be like, I don't want to bike today. And he definitely holds me accountable, and that's something that I think, as going into this year, I was in the best. I feel like the best shape of my life, my hockey life, and I owe a lot to him. So he's been great for me, and lucky I can call him a trainer and now a friend.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Quick comedic side note. Well, you had some commentary when my trainer convinced me to wear a tank top. A couple of the boys. I mean, Brent Burns, Seth Jarvis. Have you adorned in those sessions a tank top? You could probably fill it out nicely.
I don't wear the tank top. I like sleeves, but
as do I.
I don't know, Mr.
That
Gold's
was
Gym.
making good on a bet. You met Courtney on New Year's Eve. That was a 4th of July bet. Period.
I enjoy a nice tank top on a hot summer day or a vacation. So I've never been a locker room tank top guy, but getting to know Burnsy, and obviously I love Jarvie, so maybe they'll sway me.
Your line. You all play a no shortcut, veteran, never cheat the game type of game with Jordan and Jesper. Take us beyond that. What's special, about the personalities, the character of the line, and the way that you consistently play?
I think it's just whenever you consistently play with a line, I guess, or a couple guys, you start to get tendencies, and the best part about playing with those two guys is their tendencies are very similar to mine. It's not a pretty game by no means, but they're going to come to work every night and put their nose down and go dig and do all the little things that I guess make us successful. And I've been here 5 years, and I've always joked to Jordo, like, oh, you tell Roddy you don't want to play with me. I've always kind of given it to him about that, and this year I've always wanted to play with him because I felt like he's an unbelievable player, and he just makes his wingers' jobs a lot easier. And luckily this year I've had the chance to play with him, and can't say enough good things. And obviously he's having a very good year too, and he's a phenomenal player, and I used to always enjoy, like, I was never on his line, so I always got to see him play and watch him play and he's always had the toughest matchups, and be able to really kind of be a fan of him from a peer perspective, and it's been really cool. And then Quickie is, I feel like if I was to design a right-handed hockey player that was similar to myself, I think I could just use Quickie's mold, and I think that's the easiest part with Quickie is I know he's going to go everywhere that I want to go, into the corners, and he's going to chip every puck out, and he's not going to be cute, but it's effective. And I've always kind of prided myself on being like an Energizer bunny, and my switch doesn't turn off, and I feel like Quickie's the exact same way.
Does Jordan Stahl tell you guys all the time? I mean, I know he's changed the color of his stick, white or black tape. Does he always say, like that game-winning goal at home against Pittsburgh, look for, I believe it's red stick, black tape, whatever it is? Is he always telling you that on the back door?
Yeah, red stick, black or white tape back door. Yeah, he's always saying that. But I feel like the last couple of years when it was Nino with those guys, everybody, it was always get to the hoop, get in front of the net, and Jordan would always say just red stick, backdoor, white tape. And Quickie's actually had a couple of backdoor ones this year too. What was the game against? Was it Philly or not Philly? The Chicago. I had mine backdoor, so I guess we're all getting a little bit of backdoor, but Jordan's always saying it. That's for sure.
That's cool. It's to go behind the curtain. Couple of quick things. Let you go. You're a foodie. I mean, you're an educated culinary guru, and I've gotten to know that the Hurricanes. You now have a full-time chef, Sean Murnane, I believe is. Sorry, Sean, if he's cooked for me too. If I'm mispronouncing his last name. He's been with the Washington Redskins, the Cleveland Indians. The guys are raving about it. Tell me about that, how important it is, and how good his fare is.
I think it's been huge. It's just he's been doing his job is very, very in depth. He's been doing he goes out and does all the shopping. He does all the prep work. It's pretty remarkable. Obviously I don't know anything about being a chef, but I know from watching documentaries and shows about what these guys do and what he's doing on a daily basis to make our lives easier and to make good food for us is pretty remarkable. And everything that he's made, it's like you, I don't consider myself a foodie, but a lot of the people around this team think I am. And he's been phenomenal. His steak with this this sauce he makes is unbelievable. And I felt like last year it'd be hit or miss if you'd take your food home. And every game I'm excited to, after the game I go over and be like, oh, what do we got tonight? And take my to-go home, and I sit down, me and Gus, and Gus always gets a little nibble of what we're having too. So yeah, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for Gus. And Sean's been A+, and he makes probably one of the better breakfast sandwiches I've ever had. That's for sure.
What's the type of sauce with the steak?
He's gonna be mad at me, but it's
not an poivre.
No. It's his specialty sauce. He's gonna be mad. I can't remember it, but sorry.
Well, you're
Sean.
creating an opportunity because now
you got to
I'm
dig
gonna
in
get
with
it.
Sean.
Oh yeah. I know we're gonna dig in, and I want the sauce. It
Yeah.
sounds like that I could just drink the sauce
You
by
can
itself.
drink the sauce, yeah.
And
I think Burnsy put the sauce on his. I don't know what Burnsy probably put it on elk or gemsbuck or zebra, but Burnsy drank the sauce.
yeah, not surprising.
Yeah.
Gus, I mean, I'm a novice dog owner, and I've been told, the great Frank, he's a beggar. He was doing it last night. Do I give him a little human food?
Gus has been around since I started playing pro hockey, so he's coming up on double digits, and when I get home, he greets me with probably about 100 kisses.
Oh, it's the best.
And then we sit down and we have our post-game meal together, and I give him a little treat here and there. He's my shadow when I get home, and he deserves a little bit.
Yeah, I never understood that. And coming home from the game last night, that unconditional love.
Yeah.
Oh.
No matter if you play bad, you play good, you have a
Yes.
terrible night in the booth or a good night,
Yes.
in the booth, they're happy to see you.
You have a peanut butter cup flop, and it doesn't.
Well, I don't know if that's a
Frank doesn't care.
flop. That might be turning
Well,
into a marketing genius for you.
Speaking of, right after that Reese's moment, this isn't part of your shovel in the month of December, but I have to ask you in closing about that highlight reel goal against Edmonton. Okay, so it's against Edmonton. It's your hometown team. That was extraordinary. What do you remember about that play? You could probably, you were out in Los Angeles. You probably could play with LeBron and the Lakers the way you alley-ooped that thing into the net.
I wish I could tell you that was pure skill, but that was a lot of luck, and I actually shot on Jack Campbell quite a bit this summer, towards the end of it, so I'm sure I'll get him again next summer. I'll be able to rub that one into him a little bit.
Well, is that fabulous?
Yeah.
Okay, you just played final question. I feel like I'm Regis. Who wants to be a millionaire? You're a leader on this team. It's a long season. We're in the dog days right now. You've had a stellar first half. What's going to be most critical on the ice, of course, most importantly, but the cohesion and care of the group? Biggest things that you're thinking about here as we get into the deep end of the second half?
Yeah, like you said, I obviously with Patch coming back, just getting him integrated. What's the word I'm looking for? Integrated. There we go. On us, and get him comfortable with who he's going to play with. I think that's in the next few games. That's probably a big thing. And then just thinking about how many home games we're going to have, and I feel like the Caniacs definitely help us, but you don't want to squander any points with these home games. We've done a heck of a job the first half here on the road, and when you have a heavy road schedule and do what we did, which is pretty damn good in my opinion. Now we got to take these home games and really try and separate ourselves and try and build a gap. We have probably one of the better divisions in the league, and I don't see any of the teams behind us or with us slowing down. So it's got to be. I feel like every year you're pushing right to the end, and I know we're only halfway through, but it's going to be a press the entire way, and just stay with these teams and try and push ahead as much as we can.
Well done, partner.
Yeah.
I love you, and Congratulations. Top 10 Letterman dig in word choice moments in the history of digging in. Squander makes the top 5. Nice job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you recovered from integrated. Way to go. Keep it going.
Thanks, Tripper.
We're digging in with Trip today, yeah. Today, yeah. Today, yeah. Today.